What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Target MMA. I'm your host, Rob. I'm here to give you my picks, predictions, and a betting guide to this week's event, UFC Baku, Rafael Fiziev taking on Manuel Torres. Let's get into the breakdown. Opening up UFC Baku, we have a welterweight bout between two UFC debutants. We have TAHIR ABDULLAYEV taking on Jefferson NASCIMENTO. TAHIR is 19-3, and he's 29 years old. That's a lot of fights for somebody pretty young in his career. But if you look through his record, let me see over here, we have 10 TKOs, 7 submissions. So he is a finisher. But who is he finishing? If you look through the people he's fought a lot of nobodies. You know, guys that have terrible records, 0-1, 1-2. It's not the best experience. Now, he's a bit of a counter striker, even though he's listed as a grappler. He doesn't shoot too many takedowns. He's an opportunistic grappler. If someone shoots for a takedown, he'll try to snatch your neck. He does have decent power, but he's also pretty sluggish. He does like to close the distance and come forward, but he has good scrambles if he is taken down, and he does have a good chin if he is hit. Now, he's taking on an undefeated fighter, Jefferson NASCIMENTO. He's 27 in his career, 5'8", 71-inch reach. He's listed as a well-rounded striker, and you could see that he has more of like a Mitch Raposo. Since we just watched that fight card, you can see that type of style where he's on his bicycle, he's dancing around the cage, pitter-patter, and he likes to swing a little bit wild. It's a little too much, but he does have power, and he does use a lot of feints. And but with that bicycle riding, he does have questionable cardio. Now, he does get hit a little bit, not enough to knock him out. But if you see his fights, he gets stumbled up. If he gets hit, he's a little wobbly, but then he comes back. You know, then he's okay to go. He's an in and out striker. He likes to be fluid in his motions. Now, he'll utilize feints often, and that kind of brings him on the inside to hit you one or two or three combinations. We have no odds for this fight yet, which is strange. If I had to pick, I would go with Jefferson because he has fought, I think, right here, let me read it, an LFA. So he has experience. He has better experience than a TAHIR. And like I said, TAHIR's record is a little inflated, if you will. So I'm going to go with NASCIMENTO on the cards. Next up, in the bantamweight division, we have Matsumoto taking on BEKZAT ALMAKHAN. Matsumoto, he is the minus 155 favorite here. He's 17-2. He's 26 years old. He's 5'6", 68.5 reach. Now, he's listed as a well-rounded MMA fighter with BJJ, but he's a wrestler. He likes to shoot for doubles. He likes to get to the ground, but he is hittable, but durable enough, you know. But when he is on top, when he does take you down, he's looking for submissions. He's not looking just to hold you there. He's not trying to be boring. But you can back this guy up. When he is hit, he starts backing up. He does have a high guard. But like I said, he is hit, and getting hit does not do well against somebody like BEKZAT. BEKZAT, he is 12-3 with 10 KOs. He is a finisher. He has very real power in his hands. He has similar reach. He's 68-inch. He's going to lose half an inch reach in this fight. He is just that. He is 28 years old and 5'7", so he's going to be slightly taller. They are kind of short kings over here. Now, I don't know why he's a plus 130 dog. We've shown that he's shown that he has good takedown defense, but if he is taken down, he explodes back up. We saw that in his last fight against Alexandre Topuria, and he has good cardio. So even if he's taken down, he pops back up, he'll scramble. He has good cardio to circle around the cage. He has a nice high tight guard, so when he comes into the pocket. He is swinging, but he is looking for a clinch, and he's going to throw you down. And with that tight guard, he has high combinations with his hands and his feet. He's dangerous everywhere. He has very strong low kicks, which is going to help in this fight to keep that range if he wanted it. I'm going to go with the dog here. I'm going to go with BEKZAT because he has more upside. He is a finisher. Instead of going for somebody who hasn't proven to be a finisher, I think he has one submission. Let me look at this. He has one submission in his UFC career, and that was over Dan Argueda. Other than that, he's going to decisions, questionable decisions, but decisions nonetheless. He's not the more dangerous fighter in here, and if he can't get to the ground and control BEKZAT, he's not going to do much here. We're going BEKZAT ALMAKHAN. Give me the dog, plus 130. Next, we have DANIL DONCHENKO taking on THEODOR BERGGREN in his UFC debut. They must not like you if you come into the UFC and you have to fight this man. DANIL DONCHENKO is a minus 525 for a reason. He was originally on this card taking on Andreas Gustafsson, and that would have been an insane fight. That would have been fight of the night. And it's not going to be a terrible fight here because THEODOR BERGGREN is a good striker. He does come forward. He has some pressure. He does want to come forward and shoot takedowns, and he's going to work to a clinch, take you down. And if he is taken down, he does have good sprawls. He's an opportunistic grappler. He will try to snatch things up if he can, but he does stand very upright when he is striking, and it gives me some pause, some concern for him. And he's going against DANIL DONCHENKO, who's going to push a pace, come forward, elbows in the clinch. He likes the fury strike. He's going to get in there, throwing everything at you. He has decent cardio, and he just came off of a dominant win against Alex Moreno. I think it should have been stopped, but who am I? The ref didn't see a reason to stop that, but Moreno took a lot of damage. Now, the reach is fairly the same, the height's fairly the same, a little bit edge to both to THEODOR. But if you watch THEODOR's fights, he's actually a fun fighter. I wish he wasn't fighting against DANIL DONCHENKO because I bet him in other fights. He's a well-rounded fighter. What is he, 8-3 in his professional career? Yeah, he got 5 KOs, 3 submissions. He's never been knocked out. I mean, yet, you know, like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen Saturday. He hasn't fought anybody of the caliber of striker that DANIL DONCHENKO is. I can't wait to watch this fight. I love watching DANIL's fights. He is he's just an insane striker. The elbows in the clinch, you love watching it. He loves performing for you too, because he'll just come out there like sharpening those elbows. He knows it, and it's just fun to watch. I can't wait to watch this fight. Next, we have a featherweight bout between KAAN OFLI taking on JAVIER Reyes. Now, KAAN OFLI is the underdog here at plus 135. He's 13-4. He's 5'8", but he has a very short reach. He's 66-inch reach. He's a well-rounded grappler. He will try to pump his jab out just to utilize some feints so he can get to a clinch to try to take you down. He does walk into some jabs when he does come forward, which is a little concerning. He can be hittable. But again, he wants to work to that clinch. He wants to take you down. He wants to grapple you. And when he's on the ground, he's pretty heavy. And he works to some submissions. He has 6 submissions on his resume. He's taking on JAVIER Reyes. The minus 165 favor. He's 23-5. He's going to have a significant reach advantage here. 73 inches. 7 inches is the reach advantage here. He's a pressure striker. And you could see he's a finisher. 11 by KO, 8 by submission. He is an opportunistic submission artist. He's not going to just initiate the takedowns and try to snatch your neck. But he does have a questionable chin. Now, if he was going against somebody with a little bit more power, I'd be slightly more concerned. But he does like to come forward, and he does use good Muay Thai in the clinch. So that's something I would look out for. His elbows, his knees, very dangerous guy. And he's going to stare you down. He's going to give you one of those like kooky eyes, one of those crazy eyes. Now, but he does pick his shots. He's not going to just start swinging wild. He's not going to go crazy with it, but he is going to pick them. And but the problem is he could be pressured back and taken down, but he does get back up, which is good news here. I'm picking Reyes. I'm pretty confident in Reyes. He's probably gonna finish OFLI. He's the better striker, and I think he has better grappling. I mean, not better grappling. He has sneaky grappling. You don't get 8 submissions for being a bum, you know. But yeah, the pick is Javier Reyes here. Next, for UFC Baku, we have NURSULTON and RUZIBOEV taking Andrey Pulyaev. Say it 5 times fast. Say it once. Now, NURSULTON is a -220 favorite for good reason. He's the more experienced fighter. He has multiple ways to win. This is basically Battle of the Giants because he's 6'5" to Andrey's 6'4". Slight reach advantage for Andrey, 78 to 76. And they're both kickboxers. Now, they have the kickboxing base, but they both have submissions, surprisingly. Now, it's funny that these are like mirror images, but one is definitely better. One is 100 times better. NURSULTON is a -220, and I would jump on that now. I already jumped on it. I already put money on that because it's going to go up. I could imagine him closing as a 3-1, 4-1 favorite because he has every right to be. 13 KOs, 20 submissions. This man is a finisher. Now, he has been finished twice in his career, one by KO, one submission. Mostly decisions because he's well-rounded for the most part. He has a good chin, he's long, he's rangy, he has good power. If he's taken down, he throws submissions off his back. He is very patient. He is incredibly patient. He picks his shots, but he has tremendous power in them. Now he's taking on Andrey Pulyaev. I got it the first time. There you go. And Andrey's coming off of that one-sided loss to Atiba Gutierrez. I thought I spelled it twice. Abiga Gutierrez. Didn't know that. The more you know. And he lost to him decisively. He was dropped, but he came back. You know, he was able to stay safe, but it was a one-sided, destruction by Atiba. And a lot of people took Atiba by KO or even first-round KO. And a lot of people lost money. Now, he is pretty durable. He didn't look like it, but he's also not the most technical. He likes to swing his punches. He's a little wild. He has okay power. Now, but he's telegraphed. Like, you could see it coming. Like, I could see NURSULTON countering some of these shots because the way he swings, it's very telegraphed. You could see it coming. Now, is he going to get him finished? Probably not. I mean, you see what happened with Atiba, but Atiba was also incredibly patient. Like, he kept giving him chances to get up, which is very strange. It's almost like he bet on himself by decision. So, I don't know, but NURSULTON is going to either knock him out or drop him and sub him. I'm very, very heavy on NURSULTON in this matchup. He's probably going to be in my bullseye bet, most likely. Let's go NURSULTON for the win. For our light heavyweight bout in UFC Baku, we have Julius Walker taking on ABDUL RAKHMAN YAKHYAEV. You thought we were going to be in Baku and you couldn't find a fight that you couldn't pronounce the names? Well, you guessed wrong. You know how difficult that was? Now, ABDUL is a -550 favorite. He's 9-0. He's only 25. He's young in his career. 6'2", 78-inch, and he's a grappler. He's going to have the advantage in here because he's been training in mixed martial arts. He's been training in grappling. You know what Julius Walker's been training in? Basketball. This man has just started his professional MMA career just a couple of years ago. He's been slamming, shooting free throws, three-pointers, and now he's a wrestler. Go figure. Talk about a life change. Now, Abdul likes to use strong high kicks. He has a good chin. He will come forward with his jab and his kicks to come and take you down. Now, he does have good grappling, obviously. He's 9-0 for a reason with 5 submissions, but he has some decent power too. He has 3 TKOs on his record. And he will be the better wrestler here. Hands down. If you want to watch a good fight between Abdul and another fighter, to see a good grappling match that he was actually losing, you have to look up Yusupov. USUPOV. Watch that tape study. He was being out-grappled. He was being outworked until he threw up a tricky submission and he got it done. Now, he has good cardio because he can go a hard 3 rounds here. I don't think he's going to need it. Although his striking is just okay. Going against Julius Walker, he's going to have the advantage with the kickboxing, even though, that's pretty much all he's going to do. He's going to throw some jabs there. He's going to kickbox. He's going to have that advantage. Now, Julius Walker doesn't have the greatest striking defense here. All he wants to do is come forward, clinch you up, throw you to the ground. He'll swing wild, and he doesn't really check leg kicks. He's very hittable. Plus 400, I don't see anyone betting here. Abdul Rahman YAKHYAEV is going to be the pick here. He should win decisively, probably by submission. Here we go. Welterweight bout. Eric Nolan taking on FARMAN HASANOV. FARMAN HASANOV is 4-0 in his professional career. He only has 5 fights. He only just started fighting. And he's the favorite. I don't know why. I don't know why. His record seems inflated. He has 3 TKOs, but who has he fought? The man's 30 years old. And when was his first fight? When was his first fight? I want to look it up right here. When was his first fight? If this thing wants to load, we'll get there. First fight, 4 years ago. He just started fighting. He has some heavy hands. He has decent entries. He is a wrestler, and he's shooting for double legs, and he's good in scrambles. Now, but again, he hasn't fought anybody. Now he's going against somebody who has been tested in the UFC. He has a wrestling background. He is a pressure striker. He has tremendous power in his hands. Watch out for that left hook. And he's very compact. He's very he'll come forward and he'll swing 1s and 2s. He has decent combinations, but like I said, he's pretty low volume, and he has good takedown defense. Now, we could see that in the YAKHYAEV fight, and you'll look back and be like, oh well, wasn't he submitted? Yeah, but he was able to fend off the grappling threat of YAKHYAEV and stuff the takedowns. The only time he was on the ground is because he put himself there. He was kicked in the leg, something happened, maybe was it pineal nerve? I'll look it up. Some nerve in his leg probably gave out on him. I didn't look that part up. And he was in trouble. So he rolled into it. Went on to the ground looking for submissions. Got submitted. Now you look 8-4 record. It's not the greatest record. But he's fought decent competition as opposed to FARMAN over here. We're going with the dog. Gotta go Eric Nolan, probably by knockout. We got slightly... but another question for you is, why is he fighting at welterweight? He's a middleweight. He's coming down in size. If he could comfortably make the weight, that's another question. We gotta look at the weigh-ins to make sure he is comfortable losing that much weight, 15 pounds. Well, usually a middleweight, you're going to welterweight. He should be the bigger guy here. Imagine a guy coming in his UFC debut taking on somebody that's supposed to be bigger than you. Now, yes, he's shorter. Doesn't mean he's bigger. I mean, he's shorter doesn't mean he's not bigger. Waiting for the weigh-ins to confidently bet, but I am picking Nolan here. Kicking off our main card for UFC Baku, we have ABDUL Magomedov taking on MICHAL OLEKSIEJCZUK. ABDUL is a minus 350 favorite, but you can see that line slowly collapsing. He's becoming, I think he's a minus 150 or something close to it. He's 28-7, and he has a 78-inch reach. He's a well-rounded fighter. He has power in his hands. He has good grappling. He has good grappling defense. He has good takedown defense. When he is taken down, he creates scrambles. He gets back to his feet. He has decent power, but the knock on him is he's very heavy on his front leg and his cardio. He has a lot of muscle mass, not a lot of oxygen to feed it. When he went against Sean Strickland, I still remember live betting Sean Strickland there because first round, ABDUL will throw heavy. He's very powerful. But round 2, Sean took over and ended up getting the knockout. Because of that cardio, I went with MICHAL over here. MICHAL OLEKSIEJCZUK. I originally saw this and I was like, oh, I gotta bet this. And he's an underdog. That's amazing. He started off as a plus 275 dog. I wish I slammed that odds. I think I saw him at a plus 114 now. His record is 22-9. He's going to be the younger fighter by 4 years. He's going to be the slightly shorter and less reach advantage here. He's going to be at a disadvantage, but he is a pressure boxer. He does come forward. He has good power. He has good head movement. He's in and out with his boxing style. He has good pressure. He uses his shoulder to roll into the punches. And he has a good chin, which is going to be great in this matchup because if ABDUL doesn't get him out there first round, MICHAL could take over. And we've seen the power translate well, his fighting translate well. When he came over to the Fighting Nerds, he started knocking people out. You're like, wow, where did this power come from? Where have you been? Now, we saw him get into some grappling trouble with Kevin Holland where guy's arm snapped. He didn't want to quit, though. He is an absolute dog. And if you're going to bet a dog, you're going to bet a dog he's going to work for your money. And MICHAL is another dog here. Now, I know I just picked a dog. I'm going dog again. Doesn't matter about these odds. Vegas doesn't know fights. They don't know these odds. We're going back-to-back dogs here. And now to kick off this main card, let's get into the next fight. Next up on UFC Baku, we have Ikram Aliskerov taking on Bruno Ferreira. Ikram Aliskerov, 17-2 in his professional career. He is coming off of that unanimous decision to Jun Young Park. And he looked dominant there. He has great takedown defense. He has powerful hands. He has good pressure. And the only thing I'll give him, the only knock I'll give him, is that he doesn't really move his head. He doesn't have great head movement. He does have great low kicks. And the 76-inch reach and the height is going to come in handy for him because he's going against Bruno Ferreira, who's a shorter man. He's 5'10", and he has a 72-inch reach. 4-inch reach advantage can help here because Bruno Ferreira was knocked out 3 months ago. And it didn't look good, you know? So how's he going to look after a knockout? He is a pressure-heavy grappler, very strong hands. He does swing a bit heavy. He could gas out. Has a questionable tank. We're going to see how he looks in this fight after being knocked out, but we're also going to see how his takedown offense looks against the likes of Aliskerov because Ikram is not easy to take down. The one thing I will give Bruno is that he'll switch stances and he'll keep his head moving and he'll roll with punches. He does like his low kicks too to try to gain some kind of distance to close the gap. Now, we'll see what happens, but I'm going with Ikram here because I'm nervous and I'm hesitant on Ferreira's chin now because he was just hit by RoboCop pretty damn hard. So, here comes the pick. Let me know if you're tailing this one. Next up on the main card, we have Asu Amabayev taking on Charles Energy Johnson. Asu, he's 23-3 in his professional career. He is a wrestler, and he finally came off of a submission win. What was that, his first ever in the UFC? No, second. He did that to Ode Osborne. He was losing that fight to Alex Perez, and then he jumped in front of Perez and just got a guillotine. It was a pretty bizarre ending because I didn't think Perez was fighting the hands enough, but he's a pretty good grappler. He's a pretty good wrestler. He has 2 knockouts on his record, knockout losses on his record, 10 submission wins, 10 decisions, and 3 knockouts of his own. He's a little low volume. He's not like the best striker. He can stuff takedowns if they try to take him down. But he doesn't have an answer if you stuff his takedowns. He doesn't do much. He has good top control when he's on top. He does have good level changes. But he is incredibly hittable. And you don't want to be hit by somebody like Charles Johnson. Charles Johnson is 19-8. He is enjoying a 5-inch reach advantage here. He's a Muay Thai striker. He's never been submitted because it's hard to take him down. Now, people will hold him against the fence and whatnot, but they can't really take him down and submit him. He has been knocked out once, and that was 2 fights ago against aforementioned Alex Perez. And that was a wild turn of events. I picked Johnson in that fight. I actually picked Johnson in a lot of these fights. That's why I was very confused why I thought this was a rematch. But then I scrolled through, I'm like, oh, it was Temirov. They kind of look alike, just slightly. Now, Charles Johnson, he has tremendous output between his legs, his hands. He likes to throw teeps, low kicks. He has sneaky power, and we've seen that translate against Joshua Van, Lona Kavanaugh, because he is a slow starter, and he was losing. And he said, I'm not losing no more, and just knocked these dudes out. Very sneaky power, because you don't see it happen too much. Although 8 out of his 19 wins are by knockout, he does have 3 submission wins, which is, I don't know how to explain that. It's strange. For a Muay Thai boxer, striker. Now, he has good takedown defense, and if he is taken down, he has good scrambles to get out of it. I'm leaning the dog here. I think the amount of output that Charles brings to the table is going to impress the judges. KO or decision is live. If you're just taking the dog, you just take the dog value. I just don't see Amabayev being able to take him down. And again, if you stop the takedowns, he has nothing else. He doesn't have hands. And he's very low volume, as I said. I think Charles Johnson is going to put beats on this man. Give me the underdog. Charles Energy Johnson. Next up, we have Nazim Sadikov taking on Matus Camillo. Matus Camillo is 10-3 in his professional career. He's the underdog. He's a plus 195, almost a 2-1 dog. He's 5'10 with a 69-inch reach. And he's a well-rounded fighter. He can go from grappling to striking. He has pretty heavy hands also. Now, he has good takedown defense if he's going to be taken down, even though his three losses are by submission, which is a little concerning if you talk about someone's takedown defense, you know. But he has a good chin. If he was to get hit, he has slick grappling in his own right. He almost had Gabe Green out of there. Was that 2 fights ago? I actually took Gabe Green because they're similar fighters. I just thought Gabe Green with the UFC experience would have been able to take him out, and he did. this man, but he has questionable cardio. You know, he'll swing heavy with all of his might, and then round 2 he starts fading a little bit. He's taking on Nazim. I don't know why I keep doing that. Nazim Sadikov. He's a minus 240 favorite. He's 11-2 in his professional career. He has 69-inch reach. They're pretty same height, same reach. But Nazim is a pressure come forward striker. His 2 losses are from a KO and a submission. Came off his first KO loss to Fiziev. We'll see how that translates now. He's had quite a while. This happened in December 2025. So he had a good time off to recover from that knockout. Elbows dangerous in the pocket. But Nazim, he likes to switch stances. He uses a lot of feints when he comes forward. He uses his jabs to set up power in his right hand and his left hand. And he has a good striking defense. You know, a lot of movement going on. But when he strikes, a lot of it is in combination. I just had a stroke out moment. He has a good chin. And if I had to choose, they both have good chins. I would think Nazim, but he's also well-rounded. He has 8 knockouts, but 2 submissions. If I was to say Nazim by points, but I could see him handing Camilo his first knockout loss later in the rounds. But the pick, nonetheless, is Nazim Sadikov. Next up, our co-main event, we have Shara Magomedov taking on Michal Pereira. Shara Bullet, he's a minus 350 favorite. He's 16-1 in his professional career, and he has a very nice flowing karate-esque striking style. He likes to strike from range, and he gets a lot of knockouts. It hasn't translated 100% in the UFC. Let's see, he has 2 knockouts in his UFC career. Now, before he came in, people were saying, oh, this guy's a knockout king. He's kicking people, elbowing people, back fisting people. And you're like, oh, man, he comes to the UFC in his debut, wins by decision. And I had a funny feeling about it, too, because when I watched the tape and I did bet on him, I was like, oh, plus 100 for KO. What's his decision? And I actually hit. It was actually, a little something I remember about it. Now, he has power in both hands and his feet. He's very light on his feet. He has a little bounce in and out style. He keeps range very well, and he closes distances very well. He's explosive. He has okay cardio. He likes to utilize his feints a lot. He has great leg kicks, like low kicks. He has good takedown defense. It's just okay. He's taking on Michal Pereira. Now, when I used to watch him, I don't want to say used to as if this was so long ago, but years ago, I watched him, and he was very unorthodox, very fun, bubbly, jumping, backflipping, kicking off the cage, Superman punch. You see these highlights, and you're like, wow, this guy is awesome. And then the downfall of Pereira, because he had some personal issues. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know all the issues, but since then he hasn't been himself. He came off of a loss to Fluffy, and I actually picked him. He was a plus 100 dog. I'm like, how is he a dog? This man has great grappling. This man has in and out style. He has a good chin. His cardio is a little questionable, and then we learned that in that fight because he can be hit, can be taken down. He has good movement, good power, great grappling. But when we saw him in the fight with Fluffy, he didn't look like himself. Then, against Abus, didn't look like himself. Then he gets knocked out by Kyle Dawkins. And then he wins a split decision. Now he finally wins. He's not winning here. He's a plus 275 dog for a reason. Because, as I said, Shara Bullet, he has power. And he keeps that range. Now, I don't think Michelle is going to be able to get close to him. And his cardio is not going to hold up. He has I want to say questionable, but it's not great cardio. And I think he might get knocked out here. So the pick is Magomedov, probably by knockout. Here we go, guys. Our main event of the evening. We have Manuel Torres taking on Rafael Fiziev. Some people say Fiziev. You're both right. Now, Rafael has fought the who's who. He's fought Justin Gaethje twice. He fought Mauricio Rufy, Ignacio Bahamontes, Mateusz Gamrot. He has fought a litany of men. And he's notoriously durable. I mean, the Gamrot was a knee injury. You can't really count that. You see what Justin Gaethje just did to Topuria. And Rafael was able to weather that storm, which is pretty impressive. But he's coming off of that knockout loss about 5 months ago to Mauricio Rufy. And it didn't look good. The way he hit him, how he was out on his feet, it just did not look good. But he does have good combinations when he fights. He likes to switch stances. He has decent power in his hands. Out of 13 wins, he has 8 knockout wins. So, pretty impressive. He has a Muay Thai striking base. He has a decent chin, good volume. He can wrestle, and he has good takedown defense. He likes to stuff those takedowns, keep you where you are, and brawl it out. He's like a mini Gaethje, if I was to be so bold. He does have some leg kicks here and there, but he likes to just be in the pocket and brawl. He's taking on Manuel Torres. Manuel Torres is 17-3. He is coming off of that knockout win over Grant Dawson, and that was impressive because we were all afraid of how he was going to look if Grant Dawson gets a hold of him, lays on him for 3 rounds, everyone goes to sleep. Thankfully, nobody put us to sleep. He put Grant Dawson to sleep. But if he is taken down, he has good scrambles, and he's able to get back to the feet. He is lengthy, and he's explosive with his strikes. He has heavy hands. He could use his feet as well. He's dangerous both ways. When he's taken down, he is, again, scrambling for submissions. He has 7 submissions out of his 17 wins, 9 knockouts. He is an aggressive Muay Thai striker. It's almost like a mirror image right now. Muay Thai striker, Muay Thai striker. One's younger, one's taller. But I'm going to have to lean the slight dog. It's basically even odds here. Pick your side. I'm going to lean the slight dog because of the most recent knockout loss for Rafael. We don't know what he's going to look like coming into this. And Manuel has shown to be the next big thing. He has great power, good cardio. He has a submission threat. He's all around, and he's going to be the longer fighter, slightly, a 2-inch reach advantage. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited for this fight. It's a very good fight. Good step up for Manuel Torres here. All right. That's the breakdown, guys. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video, and leave a comment. Let me know if you like what I'm doing. Let me know your picks if you're copying mine. And I will see you later this week for the bullseye bet, the underdog possibilities, and the strong, confident favorites. I'll see you guys later.